Hello and welcome to my healthy thali. Today's recipe is inspired from two dishes which are served in the platters of northern Karnataka. The soft and humble ragi mudde or ragi balls served with either soppina palya and bassadu, translating to cooked greens with its rasam, or with nati koli bassadu, which is country chicken masala with its soupy broth. Though this recipe originally calls for one of the superfoods, which is ragi, I thought of creating a modified amalgamation which will require a lot less oil than what is traditionally used for the repeated tempering or tadkas. A bowl serving you the complete meal in itself. Chicken stuffed ragi balls in green lentil soup. Before getting into the recipe, hit the red subscribe button and the little bell icon to stay updated with more such healthified versions of Indian delicacies. So let's get started with the preparation. First, start with washing 1/4 cup of arhar dal till the water comes out to be clear. This will be needed for the soup. Put a pot over low heat and add 4 cups of chicken stock, and 1 cup of water. The stock I am using here is homemade, so if you want to know the recipe, then do let me know in the comment section below. Now add about 1/4 cup of soaked whole mung beans. Add in washed arhar dal too. Add about half a teaspoon of salt and increase the heat to medium. Cover it with lid and let everything cook for about 15 to 17 minutes. The lentils should cook about 70 to 80%. In a tub full of water, wash about 50 grams of green amaranth leaves thoroughly, followed by 15 grams of dill leaves. Now chop the amaranth and dill leaves. After 15 to 17 minutes, check the lentils in the pot. They should be able to retain their shape yet be mashed with a spoon. At this step, add in the amaranth leaves and cook them for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now add in the dill leaves and cook for another 7 to 10 minutes. Once everything cooks, strain the lentils and greens. Keep both the lentil green mix and the broth separately to cool down. Once the lentil green mix cools down, add them in a mixie jar along with few tablespoons of broth and blend them into a smooth paste like this. Next, make the spice mix for the soup. For that, slice 2 small onions, chop 1 tomato, about 12 cloves of garlic, and about 10 grams of coriander leaves. Put a pan over medium heat and add 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Add in half a teaspoon mustard seeds and let them splutter. Drop in about 7 to 10 curry leaves in the oil and saute them for few seconds. If the oil splutters too much, then cover the pan with a lid for some time. Now take the fried mustard seeds and curry leaves out of the oil and keep them aside. Now drop in 2 dried red chilies, 1 teaspoon cumin seeds, 1/4 teaspoon fenugreek or methi seeds, and 6 to 8 black peppercorns. Saute them till they brown a little. Add in the sliced onions and chopped garlic. Saute them till the onions become translucent. Drop in about 5 to 7 curry leaves and saute a little. Now drop in the tomatoes, coriander leaves and 3 tablespoons freshly grated coconut. Mix everything together. Finally, add in some salt to taste. Stir everything and remove the mixture from the heat to cool down a little. In a mixie jar, add the cooled down mixture. Two tablespoons homemade rasam powder, half teaspoon turmeric powder and tamarind soaked water prepared with about 10 gram of dried tamarind soaked in a small bowl of water for about an hour. Make a smooth paste out of all the ingredients. You can find the recipe of the rasam powder in my Instagram handle, My Healthy Thali. Now put a pot over low flame and add this paste. To this, add the strained broth. Mix everything nicely and cook it covered over medium heat for about 4 to 5 minutes. Uncover the pot, lower the heat and add the lentil and green paste to the soup. Make sure to keep about a tablespoon of the paste aside. You will need it for making the chicken balls. Mix the paste thoroughly with rest of the ingredients slowly. Make sure no lumps remain in the soup. This way you will have a greenish soup base with sort of velvety texture like so. Cook everything covered for another 4 to 5 minutes till all the flavors come together. Now in a bowl, take about 300 gram of minced chicken breast. To that, add 1.5 teaspoon garlic paste, 4 teaspoon onion paste, 10 gram of finely chopped amaranth leaves, 1.5 tablespoon rasam powder, 1 tablespoon chicken masala, previously fried mustard seeds and curry leaves, the lentil green paste which we had kept aside, 1.5 teaspoon tamarind paste and salt to taste. Now mix everything thoroughly and keep it aside. The chicken balls can either be steamed or baked. I have shown both the variants here. For steaming, I have used a rice cooker here, but you can do that over a momo or idli steamer too. Pour in some water in the rice cooker and let it heat. Grease the steaming mesh with some vegetable oil. Take about a tablespoonful of chicken mixture and gently place it over the steamer mesh. You can either form a ball using the spoons or you can make it in a ball with your hand. Make sure to grease the spoon or your hand, whichever you use to make the chicken balls. Now steam the chicken balls for 14 to 16 minutes or till they cook perfectly. You may check it by inserting a toothpick within the chicken ball to check whether it comes out clean, which means they have cooked perfectly. You can also bake them in an air fryer. Preheat the air fryer at 180 degrees Celsius for about 5 minutes. Now take an aluminium foil and make a small dish like so. Now drop in the prepared chicken balls and air fry them for about 13 to 15 minutes or till they brown from outside and cook from the inside. Flip them in the midway for even browning. And here you have your chicken balls ready to be coated with ragi. Lastly, take a cup of ragi flour in a bowl. Remove about a tablespoonful of flour in separate bowl. This will be needed to make the slurry. In a pot, take about 2 cups of water. Remove half cup of water from this and add to the tablespoon of ragi flour to make ragi slurry. Heat the remaining water in the pot over low flame. Now add the slurry into the slightly heated water in the pot. Increase the flame to medium and wait till everything comes to a boil. Keep stirring the mixture in between. Before adding the remaining of the flour, keep a wooden spatula or wooden beater handy. This will be needed for mixing rest of the ragi flour. Now add remaining of the ragi flour and mix everything together with the back of the wooden utensil. Do this quickly before the dough thickens. Once everything is mixed thoroughly, lower the flame and keep it covered for 2 to 3 minutes. This will make sure that the ragi cooks in its own steam. Now take the pot off the flame and let it rest with a lid for another 2 to 3 minutes. Remove the dough in a plate. Now you need to knead it loosely once more while it's still hot. For that, keep a bowl of water beside to dip your hands once in a while to avoid burning your hand. Add about half teaspoon of ghee into the dough and knead it loosely. You can also use a silicone spatula to knead and mix everything together. This will make it a lot easier. When the dough is still little hot, divide them into desired number of servings. Now, take the chicken balls and stuff them into the ragi mixture like so. Do it with greased hands, otherwise the ragi might stick onto your hand and won't coat the chicken properly. I have used little ghee to grease my hands. You have your ragi balls ready. Finally, it's time to plate. Place 2 stuffed ragi balls in a bowl and ladle down a slenderous amount of green soup over them. Your chicken stuffed ragi balls in green lentil soup is ready to be served. If you want to download the printable version of this recipe or want to know more about the immense benefits ragi has to offer, then do check out the link in the description box below. And if you like this video, then hit the like button and share this with someone who likes to try out new healthy recipes. Comment below the dish you would like to see a healthy version of in the upcoming video. See you next week. Bye bye.